identified as one of the issues that has been hampering Namibia in the delivery of housing and accelerating social progression in the country. RMB, in a bid to aid the country's developmental agenda, has launched a project with 5 million Namibia dollars to service land in the country in an effort to alleviate the issue at hand. The Rand Merchant Bank, a division under the First Rand Namibia, is a wealth and investment management company. To give us more details on this, I'm joined this evening by Chief Executive Officer of First Rand Namibia, Mr. Conrad Dempsey. Mr. Dempsey, good evening and welcome to the Daily Roundup.
Good evening, and thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you so much for being here. To start with, I'd like for you to give us, just an overview on the service land investment of 5 million Namibia dollars, and then added onto that how this idea came about.
Certainly. So I think it's really nothing new. This remarkable group of people under Development Workshop and their partners with many professionals and technical help that they have, in 2016 already started with this, and really in sort of drips and drabs got going. This program is already in 10 towns, and to date it's delivered more than 3,000 urban, and really at a very affordable level. We've been partnering with them since the early days. I think to now we've invested just under 2 million into it. Some other corporate partners have also come on board over time and have really put substantial money in there as well. And through the Chamber of Environment, which is a bit of a caretaking body for them as well, there's been additional support provided. We then looked at it and we felt that it's a proven project, it's got great governance, it's actually delivering urban, which is much needed. And if we can really scale up the money we put into it, we can accelerate the program. So our trustees got together, we had a bit of a think about it, and it was quite an easy convince to get $5 million released, which then obviously we also supplement in addition through F&B, which has got a tailored specific funding program to then help with the funding of top structures onto these urban.
Yeah, and of course the servicing of land is no small feat if we're talking about the magnitude at which you're doing it. And it's a costly exercise, and thus hampered government's efforts to really fully realize its developmental goals. What measures have been instituted by RMB to ensure that its targets is reached with the servicing of land?
So I think any of these things, the success is a factor of partnership. The First Rand Foundation and the other corporate partners who's putting money in behind this cannot on its own, or Development Workshop cannot on its own achieve the success.
Right.
So in each of the towns, there's a partnership agreement with the city council or town council. There's a joint bank account which gets created for this. And then the land delivery program is done in close consultation with the ministry, the town council, and then sold off piecemeal as the development happens. And I think with what we've realized here is this is a really good, nice case study where that partnership between institutional money, private capacity and skills, and government stakeholders coming together, number one, fast track the delivery, and number two, do it in quite a nice, cheap kind of way as well. So we had a discussion earlier today with the minister, and it's definitely, it's addressing the same problem, it's working together, and it's achieving the same desired outcome.
On what merits are these towns selected, where you decide this is where we want to service land?
So when we started this, Development Workshop and the team there, wonderful team with a lot of young, energetic people, said, listen, we got to cut our teeth and first prove the concept.
Yeah.
So you can't day one start with Windhoek. It's I think Windhoek's informal settlement problem to address is about the size of the entire problem in the rest of the country. So it's a mammoth task.
Yeah.
So started with towns which essentially put up their hand and said, we'd love to partner with this. And great successes in towns like Okahao, Oshakati. If you travel through Oshakati now and you just go and have a look, the houses are standing. The urban have been fully serviced, the property, people are already expanding on their houses. So yeah, a really great success story as it comes out. And then from there on, other town councils hear about it and the phone starts ringing, and then
Word of
it
mouth.
just runs. Yeah, exactly.
The Development Workshop of Namibia will be facilitating this process. So just speak to us about the role that they'll be undertaking and the housing project will play.
So I think if you think about Development Workshop, it's a non-for-profit organization. They've got a fantastic board of people. They've got a fantastic group of technical skills around them, from town planners, engineers, lawyers, everything. So we can put a lot of reliance on the governance in that space, which gives us the capability to just make the money available.
Yeah.
And they know best how to deploy it and how to make sure that the most urban, for the most people, in the most accessible manner gets delivered. And I think a nice thing about their model is that it talks to the circularity in economies. As the urban gets developed and they sell it off, the money that comes back in goes towards the development of the next urban. So it keeps rolling and keeps delivering more and more urban. The money we put in obviously just helps them to deliver more urban at a time and scale up this rolling resolution to a big problem.
Yeah. Overall, what is the hope that this investment, will bring, Mr. Dempsey?
If you look at the benefit of giving somebody access to a decent place to live, the minister today put it so nicely as a basic human need. The benefit of that in the economic effect is in multitude. Everything from better childhood development, better study opportunities, better school grades, better job.
It's like the gift that keeps on giving.
It is, and if people own their own property, the way that they also spend in their community is very different.
Yes.
So small businesses suddenly have better cash flow, and I think one of the nicest things about owning your own property is it's one of the best ways to create intergenerational wealth.
Correct.
To pass something on to the next generation. When you rent, or if you're on a piece of land in an informal settlement, the day you leave there's nothing.
Right.
And this really helps to create a bondable asset, which then creates access to financial services.
Yes.
So it really scales up. I also perhaps just have to say, this is a drop in a very big bucket. The problem we have to address in Namibia is very big.
Yeah.
But the model is proving itself. The partnership with government and the town councils is proving itself, and hopefully over time we can scale it up more.
Yeah.
There's a big fundraising at the moment in Europe to try and supplement the local money we're putting in with some international donor funding, and then we can start to make magic.
Mr. Dempsey, thank you so much for being here. It was lovely speaking to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, and all the best.
We'll be right back.